guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe, but we're just gonna hop right into the video. First things first, I'm gonna put this bald cap. This is my very first time making a wig, so I wanted to make sure first of all it was on the right side. After you put the wig down, get you a couple pins. I forgot what these pins are called, but I'm gonna put everything I got down in the description so you can find it perfectly fine. But pin it down and then go get that frontal, go get that closure. When laying down the front, make sure that the front aligns with the edge of the wig cap. And here I am just using a couple pins to pin it down to make sure everything is secured. Make sure you tug at the end and then put the pins in when you're pinning this down so that there's no extra space. Here I am just braiding it down so that the hair doesn't get in the way. But as you'll see later in the video, I probably should have brushed out a lot of the hair that I used, but we'll see that later. So this is where the sewing begins. So first and foremost, make sure that you tie a knot right at the beginning. I made sure to do three knots before I started sewing anything down. And now if you see how I'm sewing, I basically just go through it, both the cap and the hair, and when I sew, I pull it inside. I'll show it in this last one, but you see me pulling it through. Ignore how my fingers look. My nails need to be done, but I'm basically pulling it through the thread. You see, I was struggling, but I got it done. Here I am just showing you, like, make sure you put it through the hole that you've made to secure it. It's a lot more secure this way. So once you do that, you basically do that around the whole cap, and then we can move on to the next step. Go ahead and grab you a marker. I have this gold marker that I had not had laying around because I just have a hella art supplies. But basically, grab any marker that you have laying around, and I tried to make it about 1 inch apart, but just draw lines up towards the cap about 1 inch apart. You can use your fingers if you need to, just to give you like some guidelines while you're sewing. And as you'll see here, the lines that I made at the top, I did not like them, so I drew over the lines a little bit. And I know y'all can see my little dookie braids, just ignore them. But yeah, draw the lines, make sure about 1 inch apart, and then get your hair. So this hair was sent to me by Isee hair, and I'll be putting all the details down in the description. Okay, so now we're gonna start sewing the hair down. So I didn't get a video of me starting the hair, but basically, I did the same thing I did with the closure. But here I am just tying a loop and pulling it through. And honestly, it's not different than what I did before. I was just moving in a rush, and I found it easier to just, tie a loop around it and then pull. I'm putting it through both. I'm not putting it through the line in the cap. I'm putting it through the wig cap and then through the hair. I'm not putting it through like the base of the bundle. And here's where I was talking about that you guys should really brush your hair through as you're working with it. But I was in a rush and I really just wanted to get a wig made. But you can see on the side where it's a little fuzzy, and y'all may think it's nothing, but as I get to the top, you'll see that a lot of hair was just going everywhere and just getting in the way. I just did not care. Either way, the wig turned out fine, but I recommend just brushing the hair through as you're working with the wig. One thing that you are gonna have to keep doing is, adding thread. That little string that you just saw there that I just pulled up in a loop was thread that was just hanging from me having to add on another piece, So anytime you do that, just make sure you're securing both the end piece and the beginning piece of the previous thread and the thread you're currently using to make sure that everything is secure. Now here's what I really wanted to show you guys. When you're flipping the bundles over, make sure when you sew again, I wish I would have got a closer recording of this, but make sure you pull the needle through the wig cap and then through like the seam of the bundle to make sure it lays down flat. I made sure to put a pin down to hold up the hair while I just focused on getting that side flat. And I tell you, I was focused on this so hard because I did not want to have a bulky wig. So here I am just sewing, how do I call this? Sewing the top of the wig together. A little backstory. I had to make this wig for a photo shoot that I was doing. I'll give y'all details about that later because I'm gonna do something on the channel about that. But basically, I had like 3 hours to make the wig? Not even 3 hours, like 2 hours to make a wig for the first time ever and have it looking good. Let it be known that I got the wig done, but I didn't even get to customize it, so I wasn't in the shoot, and it was my own shoot. I was disappointed, but it's okay. The shoot came out amazing to the T, but okay, so here's a close-up of what I was trying to do. I'm literally flipping the track, the bundle, whatever you want to call it, and literally I'm sewing through like the base of it, not the hair but the base, to make sure it gets like flat. One thing I was scared of was this wig not coming out flat and it be like I got a whole nother head on my head. We don't want that. So yeah, make sure you try to get your wig as flat as possible. Now mine wasn't perfect, but it got the job done. And y'all can see just how like there's just hair all over the place. And while I was doing it, there was just hair all over the place. But I was not gonna reach for no brush because I was running out of time. So this is me sewing the last piece of the track on the wig. And all I did after that was cut the thread and then cut the wig as close as I could to like where I had finished sewing. And I cut both of them off and then I was done. I unbraided the braid and I let everything go. I just looked at it. I did that. So right now I'm just gonna comb through it like I should have done before. But look, your girl made a wig. What? First wig ever, did that. Ooh. But yeah, spraying some water through it. I'm gonna add some mousse. And I'm just brushing through so y'all can see like the curl patterns, everything. No, it was not customized at this time, so don't judge the look in this video. Judge it based off that 2-3 second video y'all got at the beginning. As y'all can tell, I was too happy to finish the wig. I'm dancing with it, I'm doing whatever. I noticed I hadn't cut off the what is that? The cap that's supposed to not be there. And I just took some scissors and cut it off. I don't even know if I showed after I finished cutting it off. But because as I said before, photo shoot that I was in charge of, I wasn't in. Bro, I showed up like 30 minutes late. I only had an hour slot. 40 minutes late, only had an hour slot, 20 minutes to take pictures, and they still came out good. But anywho, catch y'all later.